Our next speaker is a member of the Empower and Excel Advisory Board and is the program manager at the County Executive Office. Please help me welcome Charmayne Moran.
Hello, I am honored to be here tonight. I am not going to deny that I'm a bit nervous, but first and foremost, I just want to thank every single person in this room today for taking the time out of your day, out of your evening, out of your family life to honor the work that not only your children are doing in our communities, but also really the work that Aisha and the board of directors of Empower and Excel are doing every single day. So I'd like to give them another round of applause. Just a little bit about me. I am the newest member of the Empower and Excel board of advisors, and Aisha and I have a unique relationship. She is a very difficult person to say no to. I don't know if any of you have tried to say no to her, but it doesn't work, ever. So when Aisha and I first started working together, it was in many of those pictures that you saw earlier today were of the children that worked in some of the most impoverished communities here in Santa Clara County. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about those children so that you understand the impact of the work that your children are doing in those communities. My role has been, in the past 15 years, I've worked with the Santa Clara County in various roles. I've worked with the Superior Court as an analyst, and I've also worked as a manager with the probation department. Currently, I work for the County Chief Executive's Office as a manager. The pictures that you've seen here represent children who grow up in some of the most impoverished communities here in Santa Clara. And what that means is that these children are those that are most likely to end up in our jails and in our prisons. There are a variety of factors that have led them to live that life. One is just the circumstances, their social conditions. When Aisha and her team came into those communities, she was thirsty to understand what are the reasons why those children are in those situations and how can we help. And from that moment, I knew Empower and Excel would be a partner that we would always rely on. The work that your children are doing, that you allow your children to do in these communities, is profound. And what I mean by that is that in the criminal justice system, we often use strategies, initiatives, funding sources to keep kids out of jail. But what I think actually makes a big difference, and what Aisha's team is doing, is that she's opening the hearts of people to understand their conditions. So what you're allowing your children to do is step into a space where they're seeing themselves in other people's eyes. That you cannot buy that experience. When children begin to understand that there are circumstances beyond what they experience and they see how other people live and how other people are struggling, that opens their hearts forever. Nothing ever can take that back. And that is what I believe, building relationships between different cultures, different communities, providing opportunities for children that haven't traveled more than 10 miles outside their community. Those are the communities that Aisha is working in. And I am so grateful to stand here today, and everything that she needs, I will say yes to, because she's very hard to say no to. But I am so proud of the work that Empower and Excel is doing, and I can tell you right now, and I was just talking to our principal at Catherine Smith, Cesar, I see you right there. Please stand up, thank you. So, Cesar at Catherine Smith is in one of the communities that Empower and Excel is serving. And I just learned that the children in that community are now experiencing a 97% attendance rate, which, by the way, if any of you know data in the social service, that means that those children are not going to end up in our system. that those children are not going to be incarcerated. That's what that means. And Aisha's team is making that happen, and all the volunteers in that organization. So I am deeply committed to the mission of Empower and Excel. I am so grateful for every single person in this room. I had a kind of a list of things I wanted to talk to, but I sort of went off the cuff. One of the things that Aisha asked me to do today was to not only honor the partnership and the relationship that you're offering of your children in our communities, but also to honor those people in those communities that help make this happen. And so today I actually have the honor of presenting the inaugural award of the Community Champion Award on behalf of Empower and Excel to Jorge Mendoza, who is a leader and a resident in Gilroy in our South County community. Okay, so Jorge, come on up. But I actually have to say a few words about Jorge because Jorge and I go back a long time. And I actually asked Jorge, I asked some of what your colleagues think of you. So, come on up. So a little bit about Jorge and why this is important. So in order to do this work, in order to be in the communities that Aisha and the board of directors are in, we need partners. We need people who understand that community. We need people who are leaders in that community and can open up opportunities for us to partner. And so I want to just give a little bit of background about Jorge and then also tell you a little bit about what people say about him. All right, so Jorge was born and raised in Jalisco, Mexico, and immigrated to the United States in 1993. He lives in Gilroy with his 2 daughters and wife and is a fierce and well-renowned leader in our South County community. He values his children, and he also values working with families and youth, and is deeply passionate about improving the lives of those less fortunate. Jorge has played an instrumental role in supporting the mission of Empower and Excel, and by helping us build deep and meaningful partnerships in the Gilroy community. Without his support, our programs would not have been possible. I'd like to share, if I could, some words about what colleagues have said about Jorge. All right, colleagues have said, Jorge is a fearless leader, one who doesn't waver from realizing the highest vision for our residents and neighbors. He soars the highest when he is bringing people together and would normally never have been blessed to meet. Jorge sees beyond the doing and understands our human interconnectedness, and he leads with love. With that, I would like to invite the board to introduce the award to Jorge.
Thank you.
Thank you. Would you like to say something? Okay.
Thank you.
Quickly, board, please stay. I did not get an opportunity to introduce you. That's Cecilia Chuduluri. She's the board of director. Sanjay is board of director. Myself, and we have one more person, Hema Vema. She's missing, couldn't come. She lives in Dallas. And we have advisory board member Namrita Grover, Indira Meka, Charmayne Moran, and Mahesh Nihlani ji. Thank you.